The Nightingale and the Frog. In a lush forest, beside a serene pond nestled under the shade of an ancient tree, lived a melodious nightingale named Melody. Just a few lily pads away, in a secluded pond, lived a humble frog named Freddie. Each evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Melody perched upon a branch and sang her heart out. Filling the forest with her enchanting songs, her melodies were like sweet drops of honey, soothing every creature's soul. Freddie, on the other hand, was often seen sitting at the edge of the pond, croaking merrily, but his voice was not as charming as Melody's songs. The other animals in the forest, including the birds and the rabbits, would often tease him for his croaky voice. Freddie, though, remained cheerful, undisturbed by their taunts. Every morning, he would watch Melody with a sense of awe. He was captivated by her melodic gifts, and his heart swelled with admiration for her. However, Freddie's own croak seemed rather feeble in comparison, and he longed to contribute something beautiful to the world, just like Melody did. One fine evening, as Melody began her serenade, the animals gathered to listen. They listened intently to her heavenly tunes, their hearts enraptured. But as Freddie joined in with his cheerful croaks, the mood shifted, laughter and mockery filled the air, and the animals couldn't contain their amusement. Melody, with kindness in her heart, stopped singing and flew down to Freddie. "Don't let their words bother you, dear frog," she whispered. "Your voice may not be like mine, but it has its own unique charm." Freddie looked up at her with gratitude in his eyes. "Thank you, Melody," he replied. "I may not sing as beautifully as you, but I sing from my heart." Freddie was touched by Melody's kindness. He took a deep breath and, with newfound confidence, let out a croak that was louder and more resonant than ever before. It wasn't melodious like Melody's song, but it had a raw, earthy quality that was uniquely his own. Melody smiled, and in that moment, a friendship was born. Every evening, they sang together. Melody's exquisite melodies blended with Freddie's joyful croaks, creating music that was unique and enchanting in its own way. The animals who had once teased Freddie now marveled at the harmony they created together. As time passed, Melody and Freddie's friendship deepened. Melody, with her graceful songs and vibrant plumage, was like a mentor to Freddie. She taught him about the beauty of music, and how every voice had a place in the world. Freddie, in turn, opened up a new world to Melody. He introduced her to the rhythms of the forest, the gentle sounds of water, and the subtle nuances of nature's own melodies. They spent their days together, sometimes singing duets that blended their distinct voices into a harmonious blend of nature's sounds. Other times, they would simply sit by the pond, watching the reflection of the moon in the water, and sharing stories of their respective journeys through life. One dark and stormy night, a strong wind knocked a branch from the old tree beside their pond, blocking the entrance to Freddie's burrow. Trapped inside, Freddie couldn't escape the rising water. Melody, perched nearby, noticed the trouble. With her melodious voice, she sang a soothing tune that encouraged Freddie. Her song also alerted the other forest creatures, who rallied together to move the branch and rescue Freddie. One day, Freddie was waiting for Melody and Freddie went in search of her, since it was taking a long time for her to come, which was not usual thing. Melody was flitting from branch to branch, singing her heart out. She became entangled in a thorny vine. Panic filled her heart as she struggled to free herself. But the more she struggled, the tighter the vine constricted around her delicate wings. Hearing Melody's distressed chirps, Freddie, who was lounging by the trees, immediately recognized the urgency of the situation. With his powerful hind legs, he hopped swiftly to the scene, using his webbed feet and strong jaws. He skillfully and gently began to nibble away at the thorny vine, taking great care not to harm his friend. It took some time, but Frodo's patience and determination paid off. The thorny vine finally released its grip on Melody's wings. She fluttered free and landed safely on a nearby branch, panting with relief. From that day forward, the forest animals understood that appearances and voices could be deceiving. They recognized the true essence of beauty in the friendship of Melody and Freddie, who taught them that it's not the external differences, but the bond of the heart that matters most. And so, in the heart of the forest, the nightingale and the frog lived as inseparable friends, a living testament to the power of acceptance, kindness, and the beauty of harmony in all its forms.